Morning, folks. Hope we're all fine today. Got some good stuff in the papers today. So we'll get in about it once I get Facebook on board. Then I'll need to convince Charlie Cat here to go and have his bath somewhere else. Right, that's Facebook on board. This one's become a bit of a character. And he's decided my lap's where he likes to sit. But we'll work through them. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Regan. I see you there this morning, Mad Monk. Jeanette Gilfillan. Lenny Hughes. Gordon Izzat. Graham Thomas. It's a Graham I'm looking for this morning, actually. A fella called Graham Ross, who left a comment on yesterday's Two Davies. I thought it was fascinating, this comment. He obviously doesn't understand the concept of community and what it is we do here. He must be one of these people who watches YouTube and thinks everybody's there to get as many subscribers, as many likes, as many this, that, and the next thing. That's not why David and I did this. Our community was built around Facebook groups. And in our communities, we know an awful lot of the people. More on Facebook, more on Nordic. And when Facebook shut us down, we came here. And a lot of the community, our audience, have come here with us. We've campaigned together for a long time. So, Graham, it was a good question. Why do it for 600 views and 100 likes? That's not why we do it. We do it because this is a community. And together as a community, we'll be able to help other communities within our nation. And that's a privilege. So, Graham, we're not chasing 1 million subscribers. We're not chasing 1,000 likes. That's not the purpose of this channel. This channel is to keep the community informed so they can go and talk to the wider community and keep them informed. But it is a community, Graham. So the fact that the videos only get between 600 and 1,000 views and 100 likes, that's more than enough. Generally, the videos have over 100 people watching them live as well, which is decent. But it was a good question, Graham. That's why we do it. We're not chasing likes and we're not chasing hundreds and thousands of views. We're keeping our friends and community informed. Okay, let's get into this, shall we? In the truck, Davey out the truck and at home in his office in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, on the 11th of the 2nd, 2025. And it is overcast, 5 degrees. Apparently it feels like -3. Snow and rain in the forecast. That's how the weather is here in Salisbury, North Lanarkshire, where I live. If you want to know what the weather's like where you are, look out your own bloody windy. Right, first up this morning, folks, we have the right wing won't rag the Express. I'm not going to put it up. It's got 2 headlines this morning. It's got farmers' tax fight demo. Obviously, the farmers were in London yesterday demonstrating against the inheritance tax thing again. And the main headline is Tribunal told trans doc does not care about female boundaries. Now, as it's a live case, I don't know why they're talking about it. Now, I don't know enough about this subject. I don't know this person. You see, I know gay people, I know trans people. I met them through the independence movement, actually. I met my first trans person through the independence movement. But that's not how we rate people here in Scotland. We don't rate them by the tag that society gives them. We rate them on whether they're a nice person or not. That's why when we get our independence, our honour system will be 2 badges. Good guy, anchor. That'll be the two badges. Because we don't rate people in societal tags like male, female, gay, lesbian, transgender. We don't rate people like that here in Scotland. You're either a good guy or you're no. That's how we deal with it in Scotland. Pretty black and white, actually. So it doesn't matter what tag that people are given by society. We just take them as they are. We're all Jock Tamson's bairns here in Scotland. And that includes everybody with a societal tag stuck on their shoulders. Right, let's move on. The Metro has Town's Tear as girl makes final journey. Flowers and love for little Hope. This is a tragic story of Hope Gordon, who was found dead beside her father in their home in Livingston. It's believed to be a murder-suicide case. A tragedy for sure, folks. A real tragedy. And you know, when I think about this, and I don't think about a lot of crime cases, you know, it's not my bag. But when I think of this, and I think about how that man was at the end of his wish, and he thought the best thing for him to do was to put his daughter down and then put himself down. You've got to wonder what sort of society we live in when people get to that desperate point where they don't see a way out except for to leave the planet. It's a tragic story. It really is. What drove this man to do this? I guess we'll never know. But Jesus, a tragic story. Right, the Herald has First Minister urged to act as delays. I'll put it up. One of the ones I have got to put up. If I can find the bloody thing. Here we go. Anyway, First Minister urged to act as delays to port work hits ferry service. Now, this is the story of the upgrades to the Ardrossan Harbour. Now, there's been a working group put together. Sorry, Charlie. It's alright. It's alright, Charlie boy. There's been a working group put together to assess what needs done and to get the job done. But apparently they haven't met in 8 months. So maybe John should step in and ask them what they're up to. Because it's not a funding issue, as far as I can tell. So, aye, maybe it is time John asked what was going on. I have to agree with the Herald there. Next up's the Scotsman, and we'll stick that one up as well. Should be that one. Jesus. Every time I click on one, I usually change the direction. Here we go. The Scotsman. Immigration arrests surge and crackdown on illegal workers. Scottish figures up 262% and steepest increase across whole of UK. So it would appear the Home Office is targeting Scotland to drag these people out of your communities. Now, is this how they're going to get rid of asylum seekers? Is it? They have no right to work. They're given 30 odd pounds a week to live happy. These people have to go out and work in the black market. They have to. Can you live off of that amount of money? But once they arrest them for working illegally, they've broken the terms and conditions of their asylum claim. Stick them on a plane, ship them out. Now, I did see a disgusting image yesterday of a person being put on a deportation flight with ankle chains, a chain round the waist and round the wrists. No humanity in it. None. A bit like the Trump image that we've seen and the photographs that you can see in the front of the Herald and the front of the Scotsman Okay, so it would appear that people who are desperate are being rounded up. And the reason why they're desperate is because of how little they get in the asylum system to survive on, which forces them to go and work in the black market. Forces them. Because you can't live on what they're being given to live on with any form of comfort. How do you live on £39.50 a week? By the way, no one is provided accommodation. Still going to put electricity in their meter. Still going to put food in their belly. Still going to get hygiene products. Still going to provide myself with clothing. £39.50 a fucking week. These people are forced into the situation where they have to go and work in the black market. The government's using it as an excuse to throw them out of the country, to deny their asylum claim and ship them out to God knows where. Thanks, Davey. You're a star, and so's your son Dylan. Okay. The Times has, I think I've got the Times, folks. I'm going to put it up. It's a cracking headline. There's a couple of headlines in the Times, but the main one's a cracker. And I mean that, an absolute stormer. Here we go. The one along the top of the page, I'll make it bigger if I can. Scroll it down. Gen Z aren't proud of Britain and wouldn't fight to save it. And I've seen Farage on this, and his idea is the same as his idea with Brexit. You know, a milk and honey covered past. His idea is to teach the children to be proud to be British. Well, you know what? Gen Z have got nothing to be proud of. They've been born into they've lived through a pandemic. They're in a cost of living crisis. The housing stock is out with their reach. We've got a contracting economy. We've got rising unemployment. And the UK's cut itself off from its major market and is adrift in the world. Its soft power's gone. And it looks like Starmer is going to roll over to get his belly tickled by Trump. As it said in the Looney Rag the Express this morning in one of its articles, Starmer will sell the UK out. Anyway, it says here Starmer to sidestep EU tariffs with US. Trump angers Brussels by targeting steel imports. Keep the steel imports thing in mind as we get into the programme, folks. Okay, got some information for you on that. Anyway, Starmer to sidestep EU tariff war with US. I'm afraid Starmer's deluded. That's not how it works. Trump's a fucking bully. And when he's finished bullying Canada, Mexico, and Panama, the EU, China, he'll target the UK after that. That's how it works. And if he can't get their hands on all these territories, maybe we decide to make the UK the 51st state. Huh? Because Starmer's a bottle merchant. He'll roll out. And of course, the story of the second MP suspended by Labour over abuse of text. But Gen Z have got nothing to be proud of in the world that they live in. Thanks, Ali. That's awfully generous of you, my dear friend. Thank you. As I say, if you're 18, 19, 20, 18 to 25, 26 right now, it's a depressing place with nothing but despair in your future. As far as you're able to see. And I'll tell you what, listen to Rachel Reeves talking. and how long it's going to take to turn things around, a bit like Jacob Rees-Mogg. She's talking 20 years, Mogg was talking 50. If you're Gen Z right now, 18 to 25, you're going to be fucking 50 by the time this economy comes to any fruition with their stupid plans. So it's bleak for the kids. What is there for me to be proud of? A broken political system, a broken economy, a broken housing market. It's a bleak time out there. But it's been a bleak time all my fucking life. Poverty hasn't got better in my lifetime, it's got worse. As the safety net's been snatched away from other people. Why would Gen Z be proud of the world that they've been left, that they're born into? Very importantly, the bastards that are running the place are determined to set the place on fire. The Gen Z's get no future for their kids. Or their kids' kids. Because nobody's taking climate change fucking seriously. Nobody. No here. No in China, well in China maybe. But they're in the infant stage. No in America. And Europe's a wee bit more serious. They're more serious about it. But here, what happened to Starmer's Green Revolution? His Green Revolution is to build all tech, fucking mini nuclear reactors. Very good. We need planning how to store the rubbish or nothing from them. Unbloody believable. And I mean unbloody believable. I'm just scrolling up and doing your comments, folks. Make sure I haven't missed anything. So no, if I was Gen Z, I wouldn't have been that fucking proud either. And I certainly wouldn't fight for what this place has become. It's an authoritarian state. And that other survey saying that Gen Z wouldn't mind a dictatorship. Well, funny enough, they're not old enough to know what a fucking dictatorship was. They're not old enough to know what fascism was. Of course, they could look it up. They do have their capacity to look it up. But anyway, the Telegraph has Farage's deal is for the birds, says Badenoch. Tory leader dismisses election threat from Reform, saying any pact would put the voters off. Thanks, Class Action. Aye. That's one thing for sure. He definitely wants to get in history. Right. The Telegraph, as I say, I don't often agree with Badenoch. In fact, I never agree with him. But on this one a day, the election's 4 years out, and Farage, he'll have been fun out with the head. He'll have taken the money that his so-called subscribers have given him, and he'll fuck off. He'll just fuck off. The National has, I'm going to put it up because it's got quite interesting headlines on it today. Hey, the National, Sarwar's not being straight with the people of Scotland. Fucking news flash. The man's a liar. An out-and-out liar. The watchdog that's overseeing the building of the nuclear subs, we spoke about this yesterday, $4 billion nuclear submarine replacement programme, unachievable. I wonder what the final bill is going to be, yeah? And this one doesn't surprise me. We all know this. Everybody knows this. Fury as Labour arms sales cover-up claims emerge. Greer accuses UK government of standing in way of international law after whistleblower alleges ministers have downplayed actions of Israel and others to let exports continue. Which is quite interesting because when we get to the Daily Field today, there's an interesting there's That's an absolutely fascinating headline there. Absolutely fascinating. And we'll get into why it's fascinating when I get to it. But fury is Labour. Listen, we all know that the UK is complicit in the genocide that took place and will probably start up again shortly in Gaza. Everybody knows that the UK has been complicit in it. We know that they've been giving them diplomatic aid, giving them financial aid, giving them military aid, and selling them arms. We've even seen video evidence of their generals who have been absolutely accused of war crimes by the United Nations being given amnesty to visit the UK. The Ministry of Defence, no less. We've seen it. But if you wanted to know what sort of state the UK is, it's the sort of state that becomes complicit in genocide. And at the bottom, there's dismay as factory moves production in England. Why not? It's the Scotch air policy that's going on here in Scotland. And guess what, England? You're no fucking immune to it. No, but the first time that your elite of 10 years doing it all. Anyway, government under fire for releasing of obscene deportation footage, and that's what I'm talking about. People being put on planes in chains. Fucking horrific. What have we become? A Prime Minister who's locking up protesters and journalists, illegally selling arms to a genocidal regime, as well as providing political cover, diplomatic cover, financial aid, and military aid, and military involvement in a genocide. When we get to the Daily Fail, we get a wee bit more of this, folks. What sort of state it is we live in. Right, next up's the eye, and this one is quite interesting, so I'm going to put it up. Because, with good reason, we have the Eye's headline. Because they won't dodge Trump's tariffs. They just won't. They won't be dodging Trump's tariffs. But here we go. UK fears steel industry faces a fatal blow, and this is about Trump's tariffs. Now, why would it be a fatal blow for UK steel? Well, because it's tiny. It's tiny, and its worth to the economy is very little. But let's put up the truth about why it would be a fatal blow for UK steel. Okay. I'll shut that. Where was the eye? Good. Okay, what is the UK steel sales worth worldwide? Let's share it. Okay, UK Steel Key Statistics Guide 2024 report directly contributes 1.8 billion to the UK GVA and supports a further 2.2 billion directly, contributing 3.4 billion to the UK economy. Now, folks, let's take away the 2.2 billion worth that the steel industry brings in and indirect supplies and things like that, right? Let's have a look at its sales. 1.8 billion. Okay. Now, the big problem for the UK steel industry is a fair chunk of their sales, they go to America. As David Nice said yesterday, it's tiny, 500 million quid. Well, you know what? When you look at the size of the UK steel industry, in 400, it turns out it's a wee bit less than that. But let's have a look and see how much of that 1.8 billion comes from America, shall we? Okay, the UK exports around 200,000 tonnes of steel per year to the US, worth over 400 million. Certain countries like Canada, Mexico are granted exemptions with a Section 232 tariffs were first imposed in 2018. Later, the UK, EU, and Japan negotiated a system of tariff rate quotas as well. Trump's thrown them out the window and declared 25% tariff on steel imports into the UK, into the US. Now, if Trump's aim is to boost US steel production, then they're going to stop buying that steel here. And that's 400 million quid off the 1.8 billion quid's worth that the UK steel industry sells. That's a huge chunk of their budget. The steel industry here is not that big anymore. But that's a huge chunk of their annual income. And it would probably take a couple of blast furnaces out of the equation altogether. Shut a steel work somewhere altogether. So, they say, when I was saying it's only 400 or 500 million yesterday, I didn't realise how small the industry was now. It's tiny. Okay. So, now it would appear that what's left of the UK steel industry is in trouble. Right, the Rancid had Dream Cup heroes celebrate a win. And Dream Team Queen's Park chief wakes up after beating Jers and checks papers to make sure it's real. It's a big story here in Scotland, folks, a football story. A Queen's Park Rangers, the oldest club in Scotland, beat the mighty Glasgow Rangers. And their divisions apart, apparently. No going by what I've seen. And that young goalkeeper, that Queen's Park's got, wow, that boy's a talent, that boy Ferry. He must have made 10 or 12 great saves. It was just wasn't the Rangers' night. It happens. Happened to Celtic a few years ago, Inverness, Cali Thistle. So these things, these upsets, they happen. That's the magic of the cup. Right, the other right-wing loony rag has a royal story. I'll put it up. This one cracks me up to fuck. I mean, it cracks me up to fuck. And I'll explain why, because we're talking about how rotten the state is, especially under this latest authoritarian Prime Minister. But the Scottish Daily Mail has Royal World exclusive Andrew, the security risk financier, and the 8 billion venture. After Chinese spy scandal, now Duke of York works with ex-ambassador to Russia on lucrative Middle East fund. Now, the Daily Mail and the Express having a go at Andy. Now, no doubt the nonce prince is worth having a pop at for the right reasons, but for getting involved in dodgy deals. This is what we mean when we talk about how rotten the state is. And I mean this is what we mean about how rotten the UK state is. Because I didn't see the Mail or the Express kicking up a fuck about the nonce prince when he was representing the UK, strolling across the world, selling UK arms to dodgy dictators and dodgy regimes. Oh no, stop. That's all right. But now that he's been disowned by the king, bailed out by his mother for being a nonce, all of a sudden he's a target. But when we talk about how rotten the UK state is, it's no new. Look at Margaret Thatcher's relationship with Pinochet. People get short fucking memories. The UK has been selling arms to dodgy regimes with questionable human rights records all my fucking life. The UK has always been an underhand, slimy, corrupt establishment. Has always been. The genocide and the complicity in the genocide in Gaza. and the selling of arms to that particular rogue regime. Bread and fucking butter to the UK. Bread and butter. It's what they do. It's what our state does. They finance wars and they arm people to fight them because they make fucking money out it. But as I say, the point of putting that up was there was no mention of all this shit when the prince, who officially was sent out in the world by the UK state to do dodgy deals when he's out of favour, still does dodgy fucking deals. It's what he does. It's what the state trained him to do. Dodgy deals on behalf of the military industrial complex here in the UK. Fuck's sake. Get a grip, people. When I mention this is stuff you people all know. We all know it. It's all public record. But the Daily Field and the Express having a go. See, they weren't having a go when they was strutting about as part of the state, doing dodgy deals for the state with questionable regimes around the world. Anyway, let's move on. The scum has mere telly chef shite. New telly chef complaint. Gino, pressured dancer for threesome, made sex jives at her during the show and taunted her boyfriend. This Gino DeCampio sounds like a really nice fella. But if I remember right, when he was doing that Saturday morning show or whatever it was, the presenters wanted him to be a wee bit risky. Sorry, the TV executives wanted him to be a wee bit risky. The cheeky Italian chappie, if I remember correctly. Okay. Now this one's for Alistair. Because Alistair and I, we do like a boffin. And Alistair, today you get a boffin. In fact, you get a cracker. I'll put it up. Alistair, get ready to smile. AI Boffin says temperamental metal Mickeys are highly likely to wipe us out very, very soon. Which is nice. Tells you how fucking shite the place is. When the idea of being wiped out by a temperamental metal Mickeys is nice. Revenge of the psycho scumbag chatbots. So according to an AI boffin, the AI is going to learn to build itself a physical form that sometime soon, and it's going to come and put us all out with fucking misery. You got to love this stuff. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So boffins tell us that very soon AI will build Metal Mickey with attitude to come and wipe us all out. The Terminator. Yeah. Back in the days when I used to watch film, the Terminator. AI is about to link up and create Skylab. Wonderful. But that's a star headline. And we do like a boffin here on Indie Truck Davy. Absolutely do like a boffin, folks. You can always rely on the star. Take ye a smile. I always enjoy a boffin. You can't beat a good boffin. Right. I love that, but mental metal Mickey's attitude's going to come and slaughter us all once AI's worked out how to build a physical form. But apparently that's nice, which is nice. Gen Z, the answer to your problem's coming. Metal Mickey with attitudes coming for you. Brilliant. Can he beat the star? Yeah. You'll be back tomorrow, will you, Terry? Thank you very much. Anyway, folks, thanks very much for showing up in large numbers. Between the two platforms, we've got 150 odd people watching right now, which is fantastic. Viewing figures across the month are brilliant. It was roughly 30,000. And you guys are great. You really are. And as I've said to Graham Ross at the beginning of the programme, we're not here to make money. We're here to keep each other informed and to keep our communities informed. And if we can help our communities along the way, that's a bonus, a big bonus. So thanks, folks. I'll be back tomorrow morning to do it all again. And then, of course, on Thursday, you get a double dose of Davy. Can't you beat it, eh? Look after each other. And see you tonight, Reagan, I think. Couldn't find you last night. But I've no doubt you were on. It's just a dodgy phone reception out here in the sticks. So, stay safe, look after each other. See you tomorrow morning. Don't be late. You'll be on the feckin' naughty step. Bye for now. Keep your eyes on the prize.